in the complicated alleys of Lagos Island, hidden behind the chaos of Balogun Market. There was a place few dared to enter, and fewer still remembered. It was known only to those who had lost something precious, the marketplace of lost things. The entrance was unremarkable, a narrow doorway draped in faded fabric, its sign long eroded by time. But those who crossed its threshold found themselves in a surreal world. Stalls lined the dimly lit path, each filled with items that whispered of forgotten moments, dusty trinkets, faded photographs, torn diaries, and objects that seemed oddly familiar. The air was thick with a strange hum, as though the market itself was alive, listening to its visitors. Aduni, a young woman with weary eyes and a heart weighed down by unanswered questions, stumbled into the marketplace by accident, or so she thought. She had been searching for a scarf her late mother had given her, a cherished memento that vanished during her recent move. Her grief over the loss drove her deeper into the market's twisting paths, and before she realized it, she was standing in front of an old man with milky eyes. "You seek something you've lost," he said, his voice raspy, yet knowing. "Yes," Aduni replied, clutching her chest as though her heart might shatter. "It's my mother's scarf. It's all I have left of her." The man tilted his head, his blind eyes seeming to look straight through her. "In this market, you will find what you seek. But be warned, everything has a price." As Aduni wandered through the stalls, she realized the market sold more than just objects. It sold time, memories, and even dreams. A woman wept as she handed over her childhood, laughter in exchange for a memory of her first love. A man bartered away the sound of his father's voice to retrieve the courage he'd lost long ago. At a small stall draped in velvet, Aduni saw it, her mother's scarf, its vibrant colors untouched by time. Tears filled her eyes as she reached for it, but the vendor stopped her with a crooked smile. "Your mother's scarf is here, but to take it, you must leave something equally dear," he said. "What do you mean?" Aduni asked, her voice trembling. "The scarf carries the weight of your mother's love, her sacrifices, her warmth. To reclaim it, you must leave behind something of equal value." Aduni thought of what she could give. She had little, no wealth, no trinkets of value. "I have nothing to offer," she said. The vendor chuckled. "Everyone has something. Perhaps a memory." Aduni froze. The scarf was all she had left of her mother, but her memories were the thread that kept her connected to her. She thought of her mother's voice, her laughter, the way she used to hum while braiding Aduni's hair. "What if I lose her completely?" she whispered. "That's the question," the vendor replied. "How much are you willing to sacrifice for what you think you've lost?" Aduni closed her eyes, letting the memories of her mother flood her. She saw the scarf, not as an object, but as a symbol of everything her mother had given her. And then she realized the scarf wasn't what mattered. Her mother's essence, her love, was already inside her, woven into her being. When she opened her eyes, she smiled at the vendor. "I don't need it," she said, her voice steady. "I thought I'd lost her, but I haven't. She's with me." The vendor's smile widened. "Wise choice. You've found what many never do." As Aduni stepped out of the marketplace, she turned to look back, but the entrance was gone. The busy streets of Balogun Market bustled around her, as though the marketplace had never existed. Yet she felt lighter, as if the weight of her grief had been lifted. From that day, Aduni walked with a quiet confidence, her heart no longer tied to objects, but to the unbreakable bond she carried within. And though she never found the scarf, she realized she had never truly lost her mother.